Welcome back to the Elevated Audio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Raj Elevate. This is my co-host.
Chris Audio, again.
Yeah, we just tried to do this and, it didn't work out. We were freezing. It was bad. So we just logged out, logged back in, and now we're back rolling, ready to get today's topic started. Hope everybody out there had a great, productive few weeks. You said it was 2 weeks since we did our last one, right?
I think so. I think it was like I think it was like 2 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone's good at since the last time.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on IG. We're on Facebook as well. And yeah, and all the socials.
Yeah, we're all sorry to cut you off. But yeah, definitely follow us on all social media platforms. But also, like we mentioned last episode, whatever your streaming podcast service of, wherever you like to listen to podcasts, we're on there most likely as well, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Apple, whatever. So, if you want to watch us on YouTube or just listen to us on YouTube, which I know some people who like drive around a lot for work have told me that they just like go put it on YouTube and then just listen to it, because they obviously can't watch it while they're driving, but they'll just listen to it. But you could do that, or you could just listen to it on an actual like podcast platform. So no matter how you support, it's appreciated.
Yeah, we've been getting good traction on the socials. Like every time I check the IG, we got a new follower, another follower. So keep it up, guys.
Yeah, every time I look at the analytics, also there's a lot of they tell you like the how many people it's reached and the engagement and all that stuff, and those numbers are usually pretty decent. So
yeah, we're growing.
Yeah, we're growing. It's getting better with each video. So. Or each episode, I should say, because not.
And if this is somebody's first time tuning in, what me and Chris do is the basis of the show is underground hip hop and business, but we also talk about a wide variety of the topics too.
Yeah.
Whatever flows in the moment.
Yeah, and what I think is good about the way that this is just my opinion. This is not even this is not even what I'm about to say has nothing to do with like how we originally planned the show or anything like that, but. What I think is good is the way that we talk about a lot of these topics is not in a lot of things that happen, minus a couple of things. There's a lot of shows that, kind of delve into like current events. They really stick with like current events or whatever's like hot in the moment, and it's hard to have a show like that and like have people like go back and listen again, right? Because it's a certain time frame for that episode for it to be relevant, right? I think that a lot of the stuff we talk about, it doesn't need to be listened to in a certain time frame, like the topic we're talk about tonight. For the most part, it's going to be pretty much like you can listen to it in a few years from now, and it's still going to be good,
We're making
time. The only episodes I would say that are not like that is we've talked about COVID a little bit, not as like a main topic, but we've kind of just talked about some COVID related stuff in the past
and on the world,
stuff like that, but for the most part I think a lot of the topics we bring up is stuff that I think can be entertaining, not just like listening to it right now in 2020, but hey, maybe somebody stumbles upon this show in 2021 or 2022, and they're like, oh, I want to start listening to them from the very beginning. Let me see some of the older episodes. It'll still be entertaining, I think. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What is our topic today?
I mean, I almost feel like we're a little unqualified to talk about this topic. A little bit. But yeah, we're talking.
I think it deserves to be mentioned. It deserves to be mentioned, though.
Absolutely. I think we're talking about some of our favorite and some of our who we consider some of the best female MCs. So I know that that's a kind of it's almost like kind of disrespectful to say it like that a little bit, because if someone's dope, they're just dope. It's like saying like, oh, the best white MC. It's like, well, no, if the guy's just dope, he's dope. Like, why do we have to put the category on?
Yeah.
But I think that I think unfairly, a lot of MCs who happen to be women don't get a lot of respect
That's what I was
or
gonna say. Yeah,
yeah,
it's huge right now with women becoming more empowered in hip hop and everything. So I think us speaking about it kind of propels that forward and shines more
yeah,
light on it. You know,
exactly.
because like you just said, like there's plenty of dope fire females that don't get the recognition that a guy would get with the same skill set. You know?
Exactly. And that's really the larger point is that I think that people are maybe more inclined to, let's say it could be like you said, it could be the same skill set, could be the same level of talent. Songs could be really similar. Um, but I think that a lot of people who kind of have a certain idea in mind of what they view a hip hop artist to be
Mm-hmm.
may be more inclined to listen to, if two are totally the same, in terms of quality and talent and all stuff, but one happens to be male, one happens to be female. There's a lot of people who do, who would just favor the male artist because it's just more of what they're used to, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I don't think it's like a consciously sexist thing. At least I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt, which whether I don't know if that's deserved or not. But
Yeah, I mean, there's some people out there that
yeah,
are just like
yeah,
they
some
don't
people are just
care.
oblivious,
Yeah, they
it's
don't
not a
like
conscious
you were talking about
thing,
before about the race thing. Like you're dope, you're dope. You know,
right?
um, there's people that think like
So
that out there.
yeah, so it's not to make it, like oh, they're only, you're saying dope for a female. Like no, it's not like that. It's like no, they're dope, and they happen to be female. You know, so kind of delve into this a little bit and talk about some of some old school, some new school, maybe some of your favorites, maybe some of my favorites, and we'll kind of see what else comes up related to that. And keep in mind, anyone who's listening, I know this is a little inside, and we don't usually do this in our episodes, but just as like a little peek behind the curtain, we don't really talk about these topics prior to. We just say like, "Hey, what do you want to talk about in the next episode?" Okay, cool. You want to talk about female MCs? Okay, cool. And we don't like sit there and text like, "Hey, what do you think about this MC?" Like, no, it's not like that
Right.
at all. Like, we literally just like pick a topic and then like I I
So
I'm here to hear his. I'm here to pick his brain, and he's here to pick my brain,
yeah,
and kind of to see where the show goes.
yeah.
So,
And
like,
we want your guys' opinion too. So like,
yeah,
hit the comments up, message us. We
absolutely,
want we want you to
absolutely,
be a
even
part of
better.
the
Like, and if you
conversation.
think Raj is wrong, tell him. If you think I'm wrong, tell me. I would love to be like
Yeah,
engaged in those type of
we
conversations. I'm
won't
cool
get
with that.
butthurt.
I'm with that.
We won't get offended.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get offended by that. Tell me that you think my opinions are stupid. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I do care. I care that I respect your opinion, but like I'm not going to get offended by it. Is what I mean.
Right. That's the point of the show to get
Yeah,
people involved in the conversation.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start with my first Femcee.
Yeah.
I'll go with New School.
Okay.
Ciroc from Rhyme Sayers.
So yeah. That's a name. Oh, I like her a lot. And I
You
didn't
didn't
even
know
like
her, Chris?
consider. I didn't like think of her like when we first brought this up as a topic. But yeah, yeah, she's dope. Yeah.
She's dope. She's underground. She's conscious. She's super lyrical. Um, vivid picture painter. She could sing too. A lot of her songs is her singing on the hook, which is another
Yeah.
plus. And she just keeps it. She calls her genre god hop. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
considers herself a goddess, and the way that she like moves, bro, and like it's just straight self respect, self love, empowerment. Like she doesn't compromise anything, and that to me, like not compromising anything and having sheer skill is like is a beautiful combination. Like she could possibly get a little more ahead if she maybe showed a little more skin or whatever, you know. But like she doesn't do any of that, bro. None of that, and I really respect that about her. So I feel like as far as this generation, she's definitely one of the dopest.
I would agree with that. She's with Rhyme Sayers, right?
Rhymes.
Did you say that? Did you say that already? Or
Yeah, I did, but I think she might not be anymore. I don't know. Because I heard one of her bars in one of her songs.
Okay.
She said something about going independent and leaving a label or something. I don't know if she was talking about Rhymesayers or if she was talking about a label before Rhymesayers that she left for Rhymesayers. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta look it up.
it could go either
Something I
way.
gotta look up.
Yeah. No, she's nice though. Yeah, she's definitely talented.
Okay.
Um, I guess I guess you brought up New School, so you know what? Now I'm like thinking New School too. I'm gonna go Rhapsody.
Mm.
Rhapsody's nice, and I think if I'm not mistaken, she was either nominated or won. I think she was nominated, I guess, for a Grammy last year for Best Hip Hop Album, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
But I remember, so before like she was like more known, I remember I went to a show. This is probably going back like I don't know, like 8 years now, something like that. 8, 9 years. And I went to a show in Fort Lauderdale, and it was no, this had to be like 10 years ago. Actually, I think about it. But anyway, I went to a show in Fort Lauderdale, and Ninth Wonder was headlining. So
Mm.
basically, it was just like there was going to be a few artists performing or whatever, and then Ninth Wonder was going to do like DJ a set, right? And he did, and that was amazing. That's I met Ninth Wonder that night, which was
You
crazy
mean
cool. Yeah.
you ain't taking no pictures?
I did. I post sometimes I'll like post it, like
Uh,
on Throwback Thursday kind of thing.
yeah.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. But this is like when Rhapsody was like first coming out, right? And I guess he was kind of using like that platform, like using his name. Obviously, he's touring on the strength of his name, but I think he was using it as an opportunity to kind of like, hey, here's my new artist, you know. And so Rhapsody performed that night, and I was like, I don't know who this chick is, but she's dope. Like crazy dope. And kind of like what you said about Ciroc is like she doesn't compromise, the art or anything like that.
Yeah.
And she's just it's her shit's just real. And at the same time it's unique, conceptually and lyrically her wordplay is nice, just
Mm-hmm.
she's just dope. And
Yeah.
it's nice to see that like whether it's either one of those MCs or others that they don't have to. Yeah, could they be more famous? Yeah, maybe. But they're still finding a pretty good level of success without having to compromise a their art or b their dignity. You know, and I think we see that a little too much. With a lot of the more famous female artists is that it's there's some really famous female artists who are very talented and their talent's probably not the first thing that people think about when it comes to those particular artists. And it's like whether it's like the sexualized nature of their music or just like their whole image and all that stuff. you know, I think it's dope to see, you know, MCs who don't have to do that to get their recognition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's definitely a great thing.
yeah,
There's another chick I'd stumble upon on Spotify. She's a Christian femcee. She goes by the name of AI The Anomaly, and y'all should look her up. She's
okay,
pretty tight. Yeah, she's a Christian rapper, but she's like she her lyrics aren't really preachy like that.
yeah,
She throws it in there, but like she kills it too, and she sings as well.
yeah,
Substance, her flow is tight. Um, she puts her words together really well. Definitely one of my
yeah.
top gems that isn't really known like that out there. So AI The Anomaly, y'all should check her out.
I'm gonna have to look her up because I am not
Yeah.
familiar, to be honest with you. I'm going back a little bit. I'm going back a little bit.
You going old school now?
Kind of. Not super old school, but like kind of.
Not old school, just
Yeah,
old school.
not old school, but like kind of like, like when I'm thinking about the years, I'm like, yeah, some people would consider it old school. Yeah, I guess in my mind it's not, but I guess for a lot of people it would be. But I'm thinking Jean Grey,
Yeah,
and she's a beast.
legend.
She's a legend, like just fire, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if she's dropped anything recently, but the stuff she has dropped, dear
She's
Lord.
got stuff with a lot of big artists too.
Yeah, she does. And deservedly, honestly. She's just dope,
Yeah.
and I've always been a big fan of her. I actually seen her live also. I actually saw her live. I was going to see Murs, and I was like, oh, Murs is coming to Orlando. I'm like, oh shit, and Jean Grey's coming. Okay, well, I
Oh,
guess this is like a two for one as
double
far as
whammy.
you know, because I'm a fan of both artists, But
Yeah.
yeah, she was just like she killed it, and she's just like it's one thing to like be a fan of someone's music, but then when you see them live, they just like really like seal the deal for you, They're like,
Hmm.
okay, this is someone that like not only are they talented and their music's good, but they care enough about their art to put on a good show, and they care about their fans to that extent too. So
Yeah.
it was dope. Like she really killed it. So,
Yeah.
but he's just a talented artist, honestly. Just always been.
Yeah. I gotta mention a local girl that I really rocks with, E-Turn.
Yeah, she's stupid talented.
E-Turn's fire. She sings. Her bars are phenomenal. Her message on point. Lyrically, a beast. Um, flow, delivery, definitely rock with E-Turn. So
Yeah, yeah. If you're not familiar with E-Turn, she's ridiculous.
Orlando, I think she's born and raised in Orlando. Yeah, not no, born and raised in Florida. I don't think Orlando, but yeah, she's from out here.
Either way, super talented.
Yeah,
It don't
fact.
matter, it don't matter where she's from. She's talented as hell.
Yeah,
Straight up.
yeah. Then for my old school, I can't. She's not really considered an MC, but she raps. But I cannot do a female oriented show without naming the legend, the queen herself. They were like, man. Then I can't say enough about this woman, but Lauren Hill,
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
goat.
say, when you said she's not really rapping, I was like, okay, he's gonna say Lauryn Hill.
You already
But at
know.
the same time, you could even make the argument like one of the best female MC. You can make an argument, because she was, when she does rap, it's like,
Dude,
holy shit.
dude, she's the firest, dude. Like,
Yeah,
man. Um, has she come out with anything lately, or she?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know she was supposed to tour a while ago with Da Vinci, but then COVID happened, and
Yeah, it kind of throws that off.
touring is like a curse word now. It's like
No, seriously, man. Like either people are like, "What do you mean touring?"
right.
Or people are like, they're like, "What do you mean touring? Like you're trying to kill everybody, huh?" Or B, they're like, touring, what are you nuts? Like, where are you gonna tour right now?
Anybody's trying to have a show or like be
Yeah.
involved with shows, like you're a bad guy. You are a villain because you're trying to kill everybody.
Bro, I have a show right now currently booked for January 2021.
Yeah.
This goes against everything I just said about not being able to timestamp a show. But this is December 2020. I have a show booked for January 2021, and I'm probably gonna have to push that because I just cannot see the way that things are going right now at this moment. I cannot possibly see realistically how that can go well.
Yeah, even if you do, they do let you have the show, dude. Like the way things are looking, like five
Yeah,
people show up, maybe, and
but
they'll be
not even that.
artists.
I feel like I could get people out there. I just feel like it's irresponsible
I
because
don't know.
there are enough artists and enough. I mean, I'm in Miami. For those who don't know, all the hotspots in Miami, people are there. Like people
Right,
are
right
out.
now, right now,
Bro, it's
like,
crazy. People do not care. This is why numbers spike because people flat out do not care.
and yeah,
And
and
people
you
are out.
pretty
I
much
bought
be promoting that, doing a show.
and like how could I, how can I in good conscience do that?
I mean, would you think it's safe to say, like, if you follow protocol, mask, 6 feet, um, they shut down community things, like if they have like water fountains and
Yeah.
certain things like that. Do you think that that justifies it if you follow protocol, or do you feel like the way things are right now, in order to stop the spread, like we need to go on lockdown again?
I think there could be a happy medium. I don't think there needs to be like a full on like California lockdown, where
Are
it's
they
like
locked down right now?
I think to the best of my knowledge, yeah. I mean, I have a friend in Washington who told me that his restaurant got shut down now again twice, that they're totally shut down in his town.
Dude, small businesses, and we're kind of merging into the COVID, going on to the World current events thing right now. But I think it's really relevant, and it's something important we should speak about. But like,
Of course,
small businesses are getting ravaged, and
they
I
are.
don't like. I think I forgot the numbers, but like 12,000 restaurants have closed since COVID hit, and like people are really losing their
Probably more than
lives.
that at this point, honestly. At this point, probably more,
Probably more, dude.
which is very sad, because this is people's like it's not like, oh yeah, that restaurant I used to go eat at. Like, okay, no, that restaurant you used to eat at, somebody worked there. That
Yeah,
was their livelihood. They got kids to feed, they have their
yeah,
own bills to pay.
yeah.
And anyone who's listening, you probably, anyone who's, yeah, whatever, I got no shame. I've had to put like a couple of like my expenses in like deferment, like in deferred payments, just, to play it safe for now.
Yeah.
And they don't do that like just perpetually. It's like, okay, yeah, we can push it back for like a month. Well, guess what? A
Right.
month is still going to be a pandemic. And in a month, the financial situation is not going to change for a lot. Like stuff
Yeah.
doesn't change that quickly for people.
Yeah. They
Um,
these little things really don't help as much as they think.
yeah, I
Uh,
mean, even like the sting is $1,200. Like, how far does that go for a
will
lot of
that
people?
take
I
you?
know that doesn't cover my monthly expenses. I mean, maybe for some people it does, but for me, like, I remember my old apartment when I lived in Orlando. That didn't even cover the rent of my house.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and now people these restaurants getting shut down, and people are becoming dependent on the government. That is the ushering in of communism. When the people become dependent on the government, that's what that is.
You're not wrong on that. So, but I mean, without getting into a political
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah. I didn't want to yeah, I felt myself going down like
No,
that.
no, I mean, but that's like no, but that's something that
But
like
it
it
has
goes
to do with
with.
shows too, like the reason we're talking about this is
And by
because
the way, that does not mean that Raj is saying that we're going to be a communist country. He's not saying that at all. He's just saying
no,
that's like just one of those things that it's kind of ingrained in the definition of communism. He's not saying that we're at risk of being communist.
yeah, I'm saying
He's just saying that
yeah,
that's like one of those.
I'm saying that's a communistic trait,
Yeah,
to
that's all.
not be able to provide for yourself, and the government pay you,
Right.
give you money.
Yeah.
But yeah, but let's go back to
But anyway, yeah.
to
Hopefully things can get back to normal and shows can be back
yeah.
right again, and
You
Lauren Hill
won't,
Da Vinci can do that tour like you talked
you
about.
won't be considered a enemy of the state just by throwing a show.
I know, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be there. No, I'm gonna push that show back. I'll push that show back to like April or something like that. We'll figure it out. And then when things still aren't good in April, then I'll push it back again. Um, let's see.
Right.
I'm gonna go with another newish school. Actually, no. I guess we would consider her new, and I don't think a lot of people really talk about her a lot. At least not in the East Coast. I don't think people talk about her a lot. Snow the Product.
Yeah, I know
Right.
Snow. Snow's dope.
Yeah, she's dope. I mean, honestly, I don't know that much about her other than like having just listened to her music. Well,
Yeah, like lyrically.
Yeah, and to be honest, like her style is like not exactly what I. It's not my cup of tea of like what I would like to listen to like every day. To be honest, but every time I listen to her, I'm just like Jesus.
She
She's
can
like
spit.
yeah, she can
She
spit.
can spit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that she just really stood out to me like in that kind of way.
Yeah.
On that note, like I said, I know I just said like she's not really my cup of tea. Are there like certain? I mean, there's male artists who fall into this category too, but strictly talking about female MCs, are there certain female MCs that you're like, yeah, she's good, she's good. I've just never really been a fan just because I just never it's never really been my style.
Thing? Huh. I think Snow, the product side, was one of them that I thought that about. Now that you're talking about her, like, yeah, she's dope,
Yeah.
but not I wouldn't name her like one of the dopest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's dope for what she does. It's not
Yeah.
like you're saying not my cup of tea, not really my thing. I would jam every day, but she's dope for what she does.
Right.
Um Another female MC that you might or might not have heard about. Um Her name, she goes by the name of Gavelin, or I think it's Javelin.
Oh, is that the whole name? I thought you were gonna say another word or something.
You just laugh. You're like,
I thought you were like waiting for like her. I was waiting for you to say like a last name or
they just
something.
laugh at the
You're like
girl's name.
Javelin.
Is
You just like
Javelin.
looked it up.
Is Gavelin. I think it's Javelin. Yeah, Javelin. That just sounds better anyway. But it's Javelin, and she
How you spell that?
Gavalyn. Javelin. I think that's how you spell it. But she's another dope underground hip hopper. She has a decent following, and yeah, she's not lyrically, she's not super duper lyrical. She's not a
Yeah.
lyrical phenom or nothing, but like she has a style and a unique style, a dope flow. She's calm and chill in the pocket, like, and she's easy to connect with. I feel like she's relatable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another chick,
I'm trying to
Javelin.
find this person.
Look her
I
up.
found her.
Have you ever seen her or heard about her?
Nah.
Mm.
I just found her. Yeah. All right. I'll check out her music later.
Yeah,
You said she's like not that like super lyrical. She's just
she's
like
not lyrical. Like you know how Snow the product, like she Snow double times, and like she's a lyrical phenom. Like
yeah.
Javelin's not like that, but she has a dope swag to her, dope style, dope delivery, and
Just
yeah,
okay. You just he kind of hit on something. It's kind of like outside of like the topic that we're talking about. But I think there's kind of like this misnomer that people have about like artists who like double time and rap fast. There's like this misconception that like just because an artist like raps really fast that they're like a great lyricist.
yeah,
Not true. Get that out of your head. There are a lot
yeah,
of really, really talented artists who rap really, really fast. They're also saying a whole lot of nothing in those many, many, many lyrics.
yeah.
Okay. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really, really talented artists who do also double time, but are saying stuff in those many lyrics. Tech
Mm-hmm.
Nine comes to mind. Tech Nine, but there's also artists like this is not a disrespectful thing or anything like that, but like Twista, for example. I love Twista, but a lot of those verses are kind of empty. You know, they're amazing because I mean, who the hell can rap like that, honestly?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like some of it, empty. You know,
I
it's
feel
not.
like
That's not shade. You know, that's just.
that
You
is
know,
shade, Chris. That is shade. I hope he sees this and he's offended.
and I like Twista though, so I
You
didn't
know
mean it in
what?
a bad way. I just mean there's better lyricists. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like that about a lot of people are gonna hate me for this. You might even hate me, but I feel like Logic uses a lot of filler in his
Logic
fast
is the
raps.
same thing, man. Logic is the same kind of you know.
Yeah, even this dude that's super hot right now, Joyner Lucas. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Joyner
Honestly,
Lucas is dope. Yeah, I mean he's dope, but a
he's
lot of
fire.
his, huh?
He's fire. He is.
He's
But you're
fire. Yeah,
right. But you're right.
but a lot of his double time shit's just like diggity diggity
Absolutely.
wiggity wiggity fitty diddy. You know what I mean? Like hit him with the city. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's just like easy stuff to.
Honestly, most of the songs that he does that in are kind of like the empty songs. Don't get me wrong. He still has like some hot lines in those songs. It's more like punchline shit.
Yeah, and his flow is like he has a swag to him and all that, but
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah,
uses a lot
he's
of
really
filler.
talented. I really like that dude. Like he's really talented dude. He's fire. But you're
Yeah,
right about both of them actually.
and what I really like about him, to his credit, is like he can make really deep songs. Like you heard, "I'm Not Racist." Like that's a conversation between with the Trump supporter and a black dude. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like different points of view. Like that's genius to me.
it is.
And his very first exposure for me was something. Uh, the name of the track is on YouTube. It's like Louis Cappuccini or
Ross.
something.
Ross.
Yeah, Ross Cappuccino or Cappuccini.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that kid's last name, but it's a true story.
Yeah, it seems
And it's like, and it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll let you finish because I'll let you.
yeah. I
You
just
were
want to
bringing
say
it up, so you explain it for anyone who hasn't.
that seen this. Yeah, Ross Cappuccino. Look it up. It'll come up. Just put in. Go to YouTube. Put in Jordan Lucas Ross.
And it'll predictably.
It'll
It'll
predict.
fill it in. It'll fill it in.
Yeah,
Ross,
AI smart these days.
yeah.
But basically he's Joyner is telling this kid's story through first person and second person.
Yeah.
About a kid in a new school that was looking for friends. He was bullied, and one of the hood kids that was part of the cool crowd, like he came and he protected him and he held him down, and like he fought with him and like had his back or whatever, and kind of took him under his wing and gave him a sense of safety. It tells it from Ross's point of view and the kid's point of view. I don't think I should say. Yeah, I should. Yeah,
spoiler alert.
Should I?
Yeah, you know what? If you haven't seen it, just check it out. I promise it's worth your time.
Yeah. You go check it out, Chris. Say what you were gonna say before. I won't spoil it.
I don't even know what I was gonna say, but yeah, I'm just gonna say spoiler alert. Like, I was gonna give you the disclaimer before you said it. Like,
oh,
yeah, but no. You know what? Like, don't spoil it. Even though the song's like 5 years old now, 4 years old now, whatever it is.
Yeah, it'll be new to whoever puts it.
You know what? At risk of not being not showing what time it is on the time capsule, there is this song by Joyner Lucas that it just came out. It just came out like 4 years ago. Anyway, yeah, check that.
It just came out like 4 years ago.
But no, he has a good way of like he knows how to bounce back and forth between like doing really tackle very very interesting topics in a very detailed way and telling stories in a very detailed way that really capture the listener or the viewer, because the music videos are very, very well done also. But also does some of the empty shit also. And he does that well too. Like, those songs are still good, but just from like a speed standpoint, like he does that double time shit really, really well also. But he can also make, really good, deep music. So
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we keep getting off the main topic.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about female MCs.
Yeah, I know. So okay, so name a couple of like your favorite, like what would be considered now old school female MCs. Like, who comes to mind for you?
Old school female MCs?
Yeah.
Rod Digger.
Yeah.
Rod Digger is a legend in my eyes.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Definitely. I don't know, you go, because I can't think of anybody else. Oh, MC Light.
MC Light, yeah, of course. Legend, honestly. I think someone who, because she's not really getting like as an MC for a while, I feel like she kind of gets slept on as far as like what she did in the past. But Queen Latifah, honestly, was a beast. You know, honestly, she's just a talented person. Period. Because everything else she's done since she rapped, like respect. You know.
Yeah. You know who else I like too? Missy Elliott. I've always like.
You know, that's another person that like.
She just has like a unique style and unique vibe about her.
And that's why like I was never really like I was never big on her in like just her music never really like hit with me. But I was always like, man, she's talented as hell and so you know. But just like the style wasn't my thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, there's no doubt. Like you're talking about, you know, crazy talented, you know, MC. So you know, just a crazy, as a talent, you know, just everything from like I know that she used to do like her own like choreography and stuff in her music videos too, just like things like that where it takes the creativity to another level because it's not like it's not just the rapper on the song. Like you're talking about also, you know, creative design, the choreography, just like everything is getting um, being thought out by the MC. You know, which you know, good for her. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
what about Foxy?
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
Mm.
That give it away. Oh man. Um, she's not bad, but definitely not on my top.
All right, I agree with that. Lil Kim.
Lil Kim, I have respect for her way back when,
Yeah,
before she bleached herself.
bro, I don't even recognize her, man.
She looks scary. I don't know. I think
She
she's
does, man. It's I kind of feel bad. I feel bad saying that. I feel bad for her, to be honest with you. Like whatever, as long as she's happy, she's happy. But you only do all that if you're like very you're not
self-conscious,
yeah, you're very self-conscious and you're not happy with the way
not happy
you look
with
in the mirror.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so you know, I feel bad from that standpoint. But hey, you know, she's happy, and but yeah, another one that like she was good. Don't get me wrong. She was you know a good MC. Just was never really my thing
Hmm.
personally, but not. Or she's good, just not like at the top, you know, or close to the top, like you just said about Foxy, you know. How do you feel about like some of like the more, you know, the really popular ones like Nicki Minaj and like Cardi and you know Megan Thee Stallion and shit like that?
I like Nicki Minaj's lyricism when she's lyrical, and obviously her message. You know,
Yeah,
her message is we know, but
yeah,
like one thing I do respect about her is like her lyrical ability,
yeah,
her the way she puts words together. She's really comfortable in who she is,
right,
and what she says. I feel like she really stands by it 100%.
yeah,
And yeah, I respect her. Obviously I can't say she's on a Lauryn Hill level.
no,
Her message is not there. You know, we know what her message is about.
right,
And it's what the industry wants. Is what's the she's the epitome of what the industry and corporations love. You know, a sexy chick with that braggadocio. Nothing that there's nothing wrong with bragging, but you have to balance it out. I
yeah,
feel like she's not balanced with the elevation and the empowerment and the positive message that I feel young women or young people need to be having from
right.
a woman, you know. And I feel like everything has its place, and she plays her place quite well. But me personally, I can't say that she's on my top like favorites, but there's some things I do respect about her.
If you had a daughter, would you want her to look up to her?
No, no way.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right.
And you have a daughter, so like
And I have
you're
a daughter, you know, and honestly, my opinion on that, I agree with you 100%. But my opinion on that was that even before my daughter was born. So, so,
Well,
and
you,
at the
are you
time that
saying
we were
you
recording
formed,
it,
you saying you formed that opinion before your daughter was born?
absolutely, I had the same opinion whether, before she was born, you know, and for anyone who's listening or watching, my daughter's like a month and a half old. So, that's
She's the
that's a
cutest
fairly,
thing in the universe.
it's a new addition, but even before that, I had that same opinion on, a lot of these mainstream female artists and, the image that they put out there. And the reality is that, I'm not one of these people that, thinks that I'm not looking for my role models through, entertainment. That's not where I'm really looking for my role models. If you stumble upon a role model in your entertainment, great, but you should be actively looking for it there. When there's hypothetically, when there's like school shootings and stuff like that, and people want to say blame it on the video games being too violent and stuff like that, I'm usually not on the side of agreeing with those kind of parents personally. I firmly believe that people are responsible for raising their kids, not entertainers. But the reality of the situation is that there are certain avenues where, and music happens to be one of them, where people are going to um, find their role models, and one place is through music. And unfortunately, there are a lot of young girls and young women who do look up to um, a lot of these artists, whether it's Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, whoever. And I think that maybe their messaging can be, a little uneven at times. I'm being generous when I say that, of course. Um, so,
Right.
I would maybe caution people, like looking up to people like that. But, not to say that they're bad people or anything like that. I'm sure they also do good things. Also, aside from music, So, I mean, I don't know what other stuff she's involved, Nicki Minaj is involved in, or some of these other artists, but um, I think maybe we, have a little bit of exercise a little bit of hesitation when just trying to emulate, our celebrities, especially when it comes to that. Something
Especially
that,
to females,
yeah.
you
Now,
know.
something that I thought about related to that is I feel like a lot of people have that opinion about Nicki Minaj specifically. And who did the song? No, Cardi B. I'm thinking of Cardi B. I'm sorry.
Oh, bloody shoes. Wait,
No, the song that she did with Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't. Oh, and it was really controversial, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm blanking out right now. It's been a long week. Um, shoot. Oh man, I gotta look it up now because
Yeah, I was actually on Google right now, pulling up Google as we speak.
this.
Well, who's it with? It's with Cardi. It's with Cardi B and with
I think it's Meg Thee Stallion, right?
Meg Thee Stallion.
WAP, WAP,
Wow, what is women? What's it? What's that stand for?
wet ass pussy.
Oh my god!
It was what my understanding of that abbreviation was.
Dude, I thought it was some conscious shit at first. I was like, women alliance powerment, women alliance power.
I would. That's what it was.
But it's totally not that. I'm actually looking at some of the lyrics right now, and the first ones I see is "beat it up, nigga, catch a charge, extra large and extra hard."
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop right there.
not someone that I want my daughter to look up to.
Right, like
But I was thinking about some of this because I was like, I think that because I think a lot of people kind of freaked out now about that when when I think back and I was like in middle school and high school, Trina was like the shit.
yeah, my neck, my back. That was a whole
Yeah,
thing.
and that was a whole hit song, and like a lot of Trina's music even was like,
Yeah, and you had like
you
little
know,
kids saying that shit, like little
yeah,
girls, my neck, my back, my crack, you know?
yeah, and so it's not like a new thing necessarily. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe people are just kind of freaking out. It's just like in the moment kind of thing, and they, it can kind of just be, in a couple of years, we just forget about that song happening altogether, and those same girls who maybe were listening to that a lot, you know, they don't grow up to be like that necessarily. So I don't know. I think maybe people kind of like freak out about that kind of stuff, maybe more so than they should.
Mm-hmm.
But not saying it's right or anything.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Man, I'm literally like looking at these lyrics, dude, and they're making me cringe.
Well, let me ask you one question. I think this could kind of be like where we kind of wrap it up. In your opinion, do you think
No.
that a female? Okay.
No, I was kidding. I'm messing with you. Go.
Do you think a female MC could be at that level of fame? Like I'm talking about Nicki Minaj famous, without sexualizing herself or her music?
No, not in this day and age.
I agree.
And that's because the biggest corporations like that are behind Nicki Minaj don't push not sexy or not sex influential females. You know what I mean? Yeah, they don't push skill. They won't, like, these corporations that have the power to make somebody famous like Nicki Minaj. They don't look at skill. They won't be like, oh, you're a skilled MC. We're gonna push you hard and heavy and make you world famous, just off your skill. You know, you have to have.
They don't care. They don't care about the skill anyway.
They don't care about the skill or the message. They care about sex appeal.
Let's say they did. Who's making those decisions? I really don't think they have Nas sitting there in a boardroom making a decision on like who they should push. I don't think, or I'm not saying Nas specifically, but I'm saying people who care about lyrics and depth. I don't think they have those type of minds making those decisions. So I agree with you. I don't think we'll see that happen. So
not at all. Do you? Yeah, I was gonna say you already said you agree with me. I was gonna say
I agree with you wholeheartedly, completely.
Yeah, because they don't look at skills and messages and I don't know who
they hardly care about that with male artists. So
yeah, and a female is way more eye appealing to the eyes and the senses than a man, right? I just want to thank God for whoever put Lauryn Hill on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and the Fugees and all them, but that was a whole different era and time where the MC Lights and the tasteful female MCs did get pushed,
right?
On a broad scale. I wish like cats like Ciroc had that. I wish she would get pushed like Nicki Minaj gets pushed, but it's not gonna hapen.
Yeah,
that's why we had the internet, and that's why now we can do our own thing. And,
agree completely.
Yeah. Any final closing thoughts?
No, man. Just I hope that even though we broke protocol with the whole COVID thing, but no, man. Just I think it was an interesting thing to bring up. I know that having two men on a show talking about female MCs probably isn't the most ideal thing, but look at it as more like a female
MC. Trying, guys. We're trying.
We're trying, and they deserve the shine that you get. So just because if you're a local artist and there's a local female MC also in your market, you should be, and if she's actually good, and I'm not saying she's like sexualizing her music and all that, and get behind that, but like, if there's someone who's dope and she happens to be female, I think she should try to get that extra push, because it's hard enough. It's hard enough being a woman in this world anyway, but try to be a woman in a mainly male region of entertainment, where like hip hop is mainly like a male of the entertainment world,
and we
so
acknowledge that, and we think it's wrong, and we feel like women need to get the proper shine that they deserve. But I will say that the world as a whole is becoming, hip hop is slower I see hip hop being slower to evolve, but other things like wrestling, for instance, I don't really watch wrestling anymore. But my grandfather does. He loves it, and like he doesn't know how to work YouTube, and he that's all he's watching right now, is YouTube. So I have to go put it on for him, and like I'll sit there for a little bit and watch it with him, and it looks like wrestling like is really getting a lot of females involved.
Yeah.
I seen a whole match with like 16 females involved in it. So that's pretty cool to see that. But yeah, I don't got anything else, Chris.
But you just say there's 16 females just like going at it like a melee?
Like a Royal Rumble,
a Royal Rumble type of?
Yeah, dude. I'm exaggerating a little bit. It was like a 5-on-5, but still 10 females.
I mean, hey.
And that wasn't. I know that wasn't all the females there, So I know like they're bringing them more into that realm of entertainment. Yeah, hip hop unfortunately is slow, but thank God for the underground Femcees that is out there.
Definitely.
Holding hip hop down. Yeah. So yeah, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like we said, and like we also said. Hit us up on all the podcast streaming platforms, Spotify, what is it, Anchor, iTunes, is it, Chris?
Yeah, Anchor is just more like the distribution channel. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely recommend them because they made it really, really easy to get our podcast placed on all the main platforms like Spotify and Apple and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's, pretty much any major podcast hosting platform. You can pretty much find us, obviously, on the YouTube channel as well. I'm Khris Audio, so that's KHRIS Audio. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, pretty much everything. Pretty much involved with everything except for TikTok. I don't want to download another app. Lazy.
I don't want to. I hate to have to download other apps, dude. My phone has like 8 pages of apps, and I don't use half of them. I'm like, download the app.
Like, why am I going to download another social media app that I'm not going to use? Like,
right, I'm not going to use it, dude.
I'm tapped out on social media.
Mine two that you like. Mine is Facebook, Instagram. I'm pretty sure those are your two too, and just stick to those two, and like focus on those two. Because if you got a whole bunch of, Twitter and TikTok, I'm like, I might like mess with TikTok here and there, but besides that, anyway, Roj Elevate, ROJELEVA is the number on all socials. Working on Chapters and Verses project and also Chakra Therapy EP. That's going to be dropping. I don't have a date for all yet, but it will. I'm going to be promoting that heavy. And also rojelevate.com is, I dropped it, but I wanted to make some tweaks to it. So I took it off for a little bit, but that's going to be up and running soon. ROJELEV8.com again. And yeah, make sure you guys comment, subscribe, interact with us. We want to get y'all involved in the conversation too. Give us ideas and topics which you want to hear. And yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, elevatedaudiopodcast@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions, you want to send hate mail, you want to send fan mail, any of the above.
Or you want to send some love, tell us how awesome we are and stroke our egos.
There we go. I'm okay with that too.
Opposed to that.
I always take, I bathe in the compliments.
I do breaststrokes in them.
Exactly. But yeah, man. So until next time, bro.
Peace.
Peace.